everybody.
Good morning.
I would like to welcome you to the third annual. Hey, new and improved. Okay, so I'm going to flip the slide. Okay, we're good now. Okay. This is the third annual Designing Our Destinies event. Okay? And we want to welcome you. It's really wonderful for everybody to come together in this special place to hear our wonderful panel, not panel, but panels of speakers, because we have session 1 and session 2 today. All right? And our students are going to be describing their pathways. All right? I should introduce myself. I'm Cheo Massion. I'm an ESL instructor, and Patricia Seery is an ESL instructor. And 3 years ago, we put together this event. And it was a tie-in to the Common Read that Dave Patterson and Beth Patel started. And so we took that book and taught it in our classes. And the spring of 2016, we gave this first event. All right? And it was based on the book Becoming Dr. Q, which is a very inspirational book. And his journey is like many of our students' journeys, okay? Coming to this country, working in the fields, getting his hands all rough from pulling weeds, going to a community college in Stockton, going on to Berkeley, eventually going on to Harvard Medical School, and now he's a brain surgeon. Wow. So you can start anywhere, and whatever your goal is and whatever your dream is, you can make it happen. All right, so we're inspired by our students every day, and they are here today to tell us about where they started, where they are, and what their goals are. And for all the other students in the audience, you can do this. All right, so as you hear these stories, please be motivated to figure out what you want to do, go see a counselor to get an ed plan, work with your teachers, and we will help you in this part of your journey to make it happen. Okay? All right. Good. So Patricia's going to introduce our first speaker.
So good morning, everyone. Our first speaker is Lillian Sonnen. She started classes here at the College of Marin in level 20. Level 20 is our high beginning ESL class. I first met Lillian in the last fall in my level 40 class. This semester, Lillian is in ESL 53 and ESL 56. And please welcome Lillian. She will tell you more about her pathway at the College of Marin and about her goals.
Hi everybody, my name is Lillian. I'm from Mexico and my first language is Spanish. And I came here to this country in 2010. And in Mexico I have my career, but I have to start here again. So I start in ESL classes in level 10, but the teacher decided to move myself to level 20. I finished my level 20 and I took a break, a long break, 6 years. And during my break, I working hard for support my son in a supermarket. But also I started to taking classes for cake decorator and chef pastry. Later I decided to put in practice all the things I learned for the classes, and I'm looking for other job in Italian bakery. And when I go to the Italian bakery, anybody speaks Spanish. And I go there and I memorize all the words I have to say for saying, hi, I am Lillian, I am looking for a job. And I get a job, and I keep going with my classes for decorating and all the baking stuff. And also I help in my community in different activities. From there I learn a lot too. And during I work in the bakery, I start my own small home business and keep practice all the things I learned. And last year, I decided to come back to ESL classes and level 30. I did the level 30 in evenings, and later I decided to change my classes for the morning classes. That's when I met Patricia. And I did the level 40, and later I get the level 50, and I am here in level 50 now. I am also taking classes for ESL, ISL classes, is sign language. And my goals is complete the levels in English I need for get my diploma for culinary baker and open my cake shop. College of Marin has helped me a lot because it's a lot of good classes, good schedule, and great teachers. My advice for you guys is no stop to learn. Get involved in your community. You never know where the things you learn is going to help you in the future. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I'm making a lot right now. Ask and practice and get the old opportunities you can get for learn, not only in English and other stuff. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Carlos Eck. I first met Carlos 2 years ago in level 30, and last fall he was in my ESL 66 class. All right, so he's made steady, quick progress. And last semester in ESL 66, we were doing also a tie-in to the common read for this year, which is Hidden Figures, and Carlos gave a wonderful presentation on early computers, not the human kind, but the actual machines and how that coding went for early programmers. And you'll see why that was important to him in a moment. Carlos.
Hello everyone. My name is Carlos Eck. I am from Mexico. My native language is Mayan dialect. I started to study ESL at the College of Marin 2 years ago in spring 2016. My first teacher was Cheo. I started ESL tutoring. Also in that semester I took ESL pronunciation. At the beginning I made common mistake, like with question with helping verbs do and does, like when I was at job. Somebody asked me, do they come with drinks? My answer was, yes, they does. And I said, I mean, yes, they do. I worked hard that semester and went into level 40 the next semester. However, during the summer, I took level 35 so that I could stay in touch with English. In fall 2016, I took ESL 40 with Patricia and 2 other classes. Level 40 listening and speaking with Patricia also. And on Saturdays, I took customer service with Kay Bradley. After taking her class, I was able to take orders at the restaurant by phone. I work at pizzeria, so I'm taking orders by phone. Before I couldn't do that. That semester was very hard because I was taking classes six days a week. At the end of this semester, I took the promotion test, and then the placement test, and I tasted into level 60. So this means that in my second year here, I was into the credit ESL program. So guys, I can say if you really want to learn, you can do it. When you are in class, you have to pay attention and ask questions when you don't understand, even if it is hard. What really helps you is to do your homework because it helps you in the next class. For example, level 63, it was a little difficult for me. We had a lot of homework for writing. Sometimes when I was writing, I didn't think I had more to say, but I found a way to write something else. I was surprised that I could do this, but after this class I did it. Then I took ESL 66 in fall 2017. I really increased my vocabulary. Before this class, I didn't know there were so many words to learn. This class was really interesting because of the research for my presentation on computers. In that time, I was really nervous about giving the presentation to the class, but I did it. And afterwards, I felt accomplished. I found out that when you are doing research, you really need to understand what you're reading. Otherwise, you can't explain or talk about the topic on your presentation. In the spring 2017, I met with a counselor and we made my education plan. I have already changed my plan 2 times because a class I want to take meets at a time when I have to be at my job. It's really important to know your goals and the education plans help with this. For example, I want to take ESL 98 so that I can take computer classes at College of Marin. I have a university degree from Mexico in computer science and web programming, and my goal is to do the same work here. Thank you for your attention.
Our next speaker comes from Guatemala. In a short amount of time, he has made significant progress. Please welcome Jose Gavitida.
Hi everyone. First, thanks for coming. Thanks.
The microphone.
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming, and thanks Cheo and Patricia for inviting me to this event. My name is Jose Gavidia. I am from Guatemala. I came to USA I think June 2016. Like most of you, looking for better opportunities, a better future, and me a better life. So I left everything to start again from zero. I started English classes at level 35 in fall 2016. Currently, I am taking level 63 and 73, and 76 English. If you look around you, we are all different. We came from different countries, different places. We have different lives, different ages, different cultures, and different ideas, goals too. But there is something that all of us have in common. In some moment of life, we think about our goals, the future, what we are doing, what we are going to do. And today, I want to say you, each one of you, can achieve whatever goal you have. No matter where are you from, what are you doing now, you can achieve it. I want to ask you something. When was the last time that someone said you that you can do something? But most important, that somebody came and say you that you can do it. When was the last time that you say to yourself that you can do something? Because at the final, no matter what people say, what really matters is what you say to yourself, how you believe that you can achieve something. So, today, I want you to promise something. To promise something, but not me. to you. Maybe when you arrive at home later, after this, you see at the mirror. You see yourself at the mirror. You say to yourself that you love yourself. And you say at the mirror, I can achieve whatever I want. I have the capacity because I am still alive. No matter, we are going to have challenges. We are going to have things sometimes are going to go wrong. But we have to keep going. Because this is going to sound hard, but it's true. The only moment that we cannot keep going, working for our goals, is when we die. But we are still alive, guys. We can achieve whatever you want. We have different goals, and each one has, the goals give us a purpose to live, and it feels great. But more than motivating you, I want to share 4 things that I have learned recently. Because I have feel very motivated, but sometimes only feel motivated, it doesn't work. We need to do something. These 4 things, I'm going to start with the first one. It's going to help you not only to learn English, also you can use it to chase or to follow another goals that you have. For example, boredom. Manage the boredom. That means being bored. Sometimes studying can be very boring. Yeah. You're going to feel bored sitting there in your chair, studying 1, 2, 3 hours, writing. But the truth is this, you have to visualize yourself. Why are you doing that? You are doing that because you want to be fluently talking English. So visualize the future, what you are going to get to do that. And the difference between the people that succeed and the people that don't is that they do what other people don't want to do. So when you feel bored doing something, do it anyway. Yeah, you have to know that you are going to get it. And I believe, guys, you are going to get what you want. Please. The second thing is about time. All of us have busy lives with the school, work, the family, and other responsibilities. But if we had a chance to organize our time and put a lot of time to follow our dreams, we need to do it. More time, it's like to learn English, more time we put studying, reading, or writing, more we are going to learn. More time we practice a sport or practice something, more we are going to be better. So more time, more results. We are going to make mistakes, but don't worry about it. Make mistakes is a good thing. When we make mistakes, we learn. The people that don't make mistakes never grew. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid, please. The third thing is about priorities. I want to ask you something. Do you prefer watch your TV show in your own language, 1 to 3 hours? Maybe 5 hours. Or sit and studying English, like reading books. We have to, before we do something, we have to think about it. Is this activity that I'm going to do take me where I am going to be? If the answer is not, don't do it. And these 3 things have a relation. Time, boredom, and priorities. You make your priorities to manage better your time. You have to be bored maybe doing those kind of stuff. But now I want to talk about the last one for me, and for me the most important. A thing that has helped me a lot, and it's the discipline. That if we don't have it, the boredom, the manage our time, and priorities don't work. The discipline to do whatever you have to do. You promise yourself that you are going to do whatever you have to do to achieve your goals. The discipline that when we are motivated, we can do whatever we want because we feel that we can. But the difference is when we feel tired or when we feel that everything's going wrong, keep going. That's the difference. And it's something that you can learn to do. You can learn to be disciplined. If you promise yourself that you are going to do the things no matter how you feel. Be disciplined each day with your goals. I believe in you guys and I want you to succeed. Last year I was sitting there, and this year I had the opportunity of stay here sharing my experience, and I believe that next year you are going to be here. To conclude, I want to say thank you, Cheo and Patricia, for everything. Thank you all the teachers for being part of us, because you give us purpose. You make us better person each day. Thank you. We love you.
Over here, okay? And at the end of our wonderful panel, I said, Jose, what about you next year? I'm not lying. So here we have the cards for next year, okay? We don't know the date, but most likely it'll be around this time next spring. We'll have the 4th annual, and anyone who hasn't spoken today, and we want some people to come back, please, okay?
Our next speaker is Lisbeth Martinez. Lisbeth Martinez started at the College of Marin in level 10. Level 10 is our beginning ESL class. She is currently in the Puente program at the College of Marin, and she will tell you more about this very exciting program. Please welcome Lisbeth Martinez.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you today. I'm a little bit shaky. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about me. I'm from Mexico, and I came here nearly 7.5 years ago. When I just got here, I didn't speak English at all. I wasn't able to put a sentence together. I only knew a few words like numbers and colors, and I remember that I came to COM to take the English assessment test, and I scored the lowest grade, which was level 10. And I felt remembering very discouraged, disappointed, because that means I have to start from the beginning. And in Mexico, when I was there, I was about to get transferred to university, and then I came here, and I felt like all of a sudden, like I don't know anything. I have to start over again to do everything, and I was so disappointed. And that was a challenge for me, because I remember my friends in Mexico, they were starting their careers, and I was just here taking level 10 and level 20, 40, 50, 60, and so on. And I was like, what I'm doing here, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I want to go faster, I want to speed things up, but I changed my mind through time, So it has been a long way for me. Most of the times it has been amazing, but of course I have my ups and downs, as anyone. I took a break from college for 2 years, from 2015 to 2017. I didn't come to COM because I was having a hard time, and I was having, some challenges in my life. And mostly, I believe during that time, what really happened was I kind of gave up on myself. I feel like college is not for me. Who I'm kidding, I'm not doing anything. It's taking me forever to do something here. I just felt I wasn't confident on me. I wasn't confident on my capables and my capacity of studying. So I convinced myself that I wasn't able to getting a major was something for me I was not able to achieve. Then I have this break, and sometimes I regret it because I feel like I waste a lot of time. But at that time I was in ESL 86, 83, and I took a break, and then I came back in 2017, last year. And I heard about this Puente program, which is amazing. I really recommend you, by the time you get the 98 ESL, you please learn about this program. This has changed my life for the better. It has changed my point of view. And now I'm here with you sharing my story because thanks to Puente, I get the help I need. They have amazing teachers, counselors. Luz Moreno is great. And basically, they teach you how to get to college, step by step. You know, we as a first generation, I don't know from here, from this audience, who is first generation to go to college, raise your hands. It's hard. It's hard because you don't have the knowledge. You don't have someone in your family to tell you, oh, you need to do this and this. You don't have that. So it's all by yourself. And then you came here and you expose yourself to something new. It can be drawing. It can be discouraging. So I really recommend you to learn more about Puente. Now I have changed my mind. Now I have a clear goal to go to San Francisco State. My major will be in liberal studies thanks to Puente because now I feel like I can do it. I feel like, oh, someone else do it, I can do it because I have the tools, I have the help. And this is very important. I want to also tell you this about this. So one of the things that happens to me, why I took the break is because I listened to some comments from friends and family saying, oh, you cannot do this is not for you. I think that didn't work for me, it won't work for you, you have to do this and this. This is something very, very important. Please understand that something might work for me, but it might not work for you. So each one of us is different, and our needs and things that we have to do are different. So always ask to the right person, a counselor. Always. Please get your eggplant done. You know, I heard Carlos, he was talking about that. The eggplant is basically a counselor sits with you and Cheo, he will help you to set up a plan, all the classes that you have to take in order to achieve your goal, whatever you want. Even if you want to transfer, you want to get a social degree, anything. But they will help you to clear that path for you. It's very important. What happened to me is I was taking several classes. I was taking besides English, I was taking math and then every child development classes, but I didn't have a clear goal in mind. So basically I was like playing around and around and around. It's money, it's time, and it's effort. So please always make sure you go to the right person. So that's one of the advices that I want to share with you. All the things that I want to ask. How many of you are working right now or are working? Just raise your hand. Working and study at the same time. Yeah, it's hard. I know. And let me ask you something. How many of you work during the day and come to class at night? Raise your hand. Yeah, no, that was me for several years, like for 5 years in a row. That was me. Excuse me. So it's hard. So please always feel proud of who you are, of what you have achieved. Always. You know, during those days, in my first years, I remember some friends or family saying, oh, I'm learning faster than you. Or I'm doing better than you. You're being too slow. Never listen to that. Each one of us have our own time. You have your own pace. Just do it at your time, at your pace. Always have that in mind. All the things that I also see what happened, even though today I'm speaking to you and you see I have accent, and I thought it will go away. I have taken so far 2 pronunciation classes and I still have it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's show something, right? I learned something. But even though that, some people will come to me and say, some of them are nice and kind of say, oh, I like your accent. I say, oh, thank you. But some people will say, oh, you're not saying it correctly. You shouldn't be saying that. You should say like this and this and this. So this is a difference of between trying to help someone to learn something and the other is like trying to put someone down. So always feel proud of your accent. Like me, I told this person like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. He was very insistent, like, oh, you're not saying it the right way, you have to say it like this. And I got frustrated. I said, you know what? This is what is going to happen. I have an accent because that shows something to you. I made a commitment to learn a new language. I take my time, I take my effort to learn and to be able to communicate with you. If you don't like my accent, I'm so sorry. Then learn my language and speak to me in my language. That shows always feel proud of yourself. Like 2 years ago, I was like, oh my god, I'm saying wrongly. Oh my god, I didn't want to speak because I felt like, oh, maybe people are going to laugh at me, or maybe because I'm making mistakes. Who cares? Do it. Do it, because it's the way we learn. And that shows that you learned something, you have achieved something in your life. Always feel proud of that. Thank you so much.
Our next speaker, Pedro Zul, started ESL classes in level 10. This is our beginning level. He has been working consistently toward his goal, and now he's in level 80, taking ESL 83 and ESL 86. Please give a round of applause to Pedro.
Hello everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
As the teacher said, my name is Pedro. I came here to this country 8 years ago, and I started studying here in College of Marin 4 years ago. I started in level 10. I was excited because I was gonna start learning a new language. And I was excited in my first day of class, but then after the class ended, I was a little bit disappointed of myself because I didn't understand what the teacher said in the class. Then I almost gave up. I almost stopped coming to class. I didn't stop. I kept coming. I didn't realize when I started understand when the teacher was speaking in the class, and I started doing my homework. Then I passed to the level 20, level 30, level 40. I was level by level until I get to the level 40. I heard some people talking about level 50 is going to be a little bit difficult, it's going to be hard. I start thinking that I'm not going to do it. And I told the teacher, Patricia was my teacher in level 40, I spoke with her, I told her that I wanted to take level 40 one more time. But she told me that I don't need to take it again. I can do it in level 40, in level 53. And I passed to level 53. At the first weeks, I see like it's difficult. I see it a little bit difficult, but I start understanding because we have to write a lot of paragraphs, and the grammar is a little bit more extensive. We have to learn a lot of the verbs, tense. I did it. Now I am in level 80, and we still writing paragraphs, but I still make a lot of mistakes. But I try to do my best. Now I will start to write essays. It's a new challenge for me because learning English is a challenge for me because I have to write a lot. Even in my own language, I never have written a lot like I'm writing now. That's why it's hard for me. I have some advice for you to improve your English. To do your homework, read books, watch TV in English, speak in English. Reading books is going to help you to increase your vocabulary, to have more words to talk. And watching TV is going to help you with your listening, with your pronunciation, because it's still happening to me when I speak with a native speaker and she always asks me what? And sometimes my pronunciation is not very good, and sometimes I feel frustrated. Sometimes I try to improve. One of my goals for studying English is because if I speak good English, I can have a better job or a better position in my job. I work in a restaurant as a buzzer, but maybe in the future I could be a server or a bartender, or maybe I could find a better job if I speak English good. Sometimes, like the other students said, we have some excuses for not doing homework because of the time. Because most of you, I know that work hard, and some of you have 2 jobs, some of you work all day. Sometimes it's hard to do homework or to read a book. But I used to spend a lot of time using my phone. But now I don't do it. I use that time to do my homework, to read some books, and it helped me a lot to improve my English. So I think if you dedicate some time to your homework, and you need to read some books because it will help you a lot. It's going to help you to improve a lot your English. Now, I am taking 4 classes. I am taking 80, 83, 86, and pronunciation. And I work. I think if I have time to do my homework, everyone can have time and don't give up. So I think keep going, and that's it.
Thank you, Pedro. Our next speaker is Olga Guedes. She started at the College of Marin many years ago in level 10, and then she had a long break because she was bringing up her 2 children. And now her children are grown up, they're independent. And when I met Olga last year in level 40, she told me that now that her children are grown up, she's raised her children, this is her time to focus on herself. She is currently in ESL 53 and ESL 56, and please welcome Olga Guedes.
I cry for everything, okay? Yeah, my name is Olga Guedes. I'm from Venezuela. I have 2 kids. When I started College of Marin, and we come in 2003, since I started College of Marin in 10. And it was hard for me because at the time I worked 10 hours a day. And one day I said, okay, what am I going to do? I want to help my kids for my English. I don't know if it was a mistake or no. You know, but for right now I say it was really great results. My daughter and my son, they are, my daughter, she's graduated from Tamalpais High School, and she come to College of Marin for 2 years, and she transferred to Humboldt State, and she gets a psychology. He's also a graduate from Tamalpais High School, and he's going directly to Sonoma State, and he's graduated now. He's an economist, and he moved to what's hard for me because I help him, and I feel so frustrated because I can't understand when the teacher talk to me, and but my kids help me a lot. Say, Mom, look, that's okay. In the beginning, when I help with the homework, I call my sister, say, can you send me all the books from Venezuela, biology, and we translate to my kids and say, okay, now that you're studying, because I would like involved in his classes. Okay, in 11th, I start parallel with some summer on Saturday. I got English class, level 20, level 20, 30. And by last year, I started with Patricia, and I feel so sad because my break was so long. And they say, I can't understand. I forget. I remember my first day with Patricia. She made the verb, and I do all run. And when I taught this one, I talked to my daughter. I said, Saga, I can't understand what she's talking. And my daughter, she's here. Don't give up. Yeah. And then, what did I say? Okay, my dad would say, don't give up. When I talked to, with my English class, I said in my mind, maybe it was a mistake, or maybe no. Because I continue my English class, maybe I have more communication with my kid teacher. But for me, I say, no, I prefer to stop and help them. I'm so happy to be here, and now I'm empty nest. And I decided, okay, go to College of Marin again, and I'm here. I think we have a really wonderful teacher, really great teacher, and thank you, Patricia, you don't have idea how you encouraged me to get English class. Yeah, because when the test, I said, I don't want to pass this, I don't want to pass. When I saw that, I was so happy. I said, oh my God, yeah. And my advice to the person, kids, don't give up. You know, you can do your priority. For me, my priority was my kids, but there is another people like my age, ladies, you know, they want to help the kids at the school. You have to know your priority. In my case, I think I have really successful results. But so this is all depends your priority. And my advice is, when you go to College of Marin, go to talk with the counselor. They have a lot of information because we don't know how much information they have. Sometimes we worry about money. How about sometimes say how we are going to pay our students. We think only in ESL classes. That's it, because I talk with the people say, but why are you in class? We don't have a money to continue. I say, no, go to College of Marin. And the person that taught me a lot is my daughter. She said, the people say, I'm really old, I don't want to come to student. And she said, no, you can go to scholarship and you can really help in College of Marin. My advice is don't give up, continue, and I don't know what to say. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, so I think we've heard a few themes, right? What themes have we heard? I think we've heard, don't give up. Things are going to be hard. Everybody's got a busy life. Kids, no kids, job, 2 jobs, okay? And if you keep going, even when it's hard, you can do it. And then the last thing we heard is what? See a counselor. Okay, get an ed plan. Can you change your ed plan? Yes. It's not, there's an expression, it's not in concrete. Okay, you can change it. We are really lucky to have Shayla Arbona. She's been with us, I believe, 2 years. Okay, she's a dedicated ESL counselor for us, credit and non-credit, and she's going to talk to us about the benefits of seeing a counselor. Please welcome Shayla.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm more comfortable around the podium. Hi, thank you for coming, welcome. This is quickly becoming my favorite event of the year. I looked forward to this ever since last year. I felt so inspired when I left and so invigorated to do my job that much better. And thanks to all of you speakers, you continue to inspire me, and every student that I meet with in my office, I leave feeling with such a sense of purpose, and I love doing what I do. And I'm so lucky that I get to get paid to do what I love to do. And that didn't come easy for me. Just a little bit about myself. I was a high school dropout for all intents and purposes. I did not graduate high school on time. I was born in this country. My family comes from Mexico, but I wasted my opportunities. I got caught up in the, you're not good enough, you can't succeed, you don't have what it takes. And I listened to it, and I fell victim to it. And it wasn't until I went to community college, for the first time I realized, oh, I can't do this. And the difference was that I was taking classes that were important to me. You know, my very first class was a Chicano Studies class. So for the first time I was learning about my own culture and the history of my people. And that was exciting, and my instructor was passionate, and he engaged me, and and then I also was encouraged to meet with a counselor. It's kind of one of those things you had to do. But that counselor really helped me define a goal and discover my purpose. And those are the two things that I would say make the difference between a successful student and a non-successful student. And that is students who become involved and get engaged, and students who build relationships and have a clear, defined goal. So three things really, but you get what I'm saying, that it makes a difference. If you're just gonna come in, do your classes and leave and check out, then that's fine. I understand, that's sometimes what you have to do. But if you could take it a step further, come see a counselor. Go to your instructor's office hours. Go make study groups with your friends. All of that stuff. Join clubs when you feel comfortable. Join groups. Become part of a learning community when the time comes. It makes the biggest difference, okay? And I'm here to let you know too that as counselors, if anyone feels a little bit afraid to go speak to a counselor, we have different types of counseling. I myself am an academic counselor, but we also have personal counseling, and that's not what I do. So I won't ask you any personal questions unless you want to share information, in which case let's have at it. But we have separate counselors that can talk about any personal issues that you might have, and I can refer you to them if that's something that you think you need. But as far as my job is just to help you define your goal. And what did we learn here today? That plans change, goals change. You might come here day one and think, okay, I'm going to just learn English, and that's a fantastic goal. But then you might decide that you want to explore other interests or other options, and we can change your goal. Or you can say, oh no, my family told me that I should do medical assisting, but actually, I'm really, really, really interested in being a nurse. We can change your goal. We can do whatever it is that you need, I can help you. And I don't pretend to have all the answers. You guys do such a great job promoting our services, but please know that I don't have all the answers, but I promise you, I will find you answers if I don't have them, okay? That's my job. My job is to help guide you. And also, there's lots of us, there's not just me. Yes, I'm dedicated to ESL, but we have many, many counselors on this campus that are here to help. And if you feel more comfortable talking to one of them, that's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. As long as you're getting the help that you need. That's all that matters to me. Okay? I could go on and on and on about how I think that the ESL students on this campus, on any campus really, are the hardest working group of students over anybody else. And let's have a round of applause for that. The ESL students are the hardest. I bow down to you. I know what it's like to feel like you're starting from the bottom and you're having to claw your way to the top. And please know that I'm here to help in any way that I can, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Shayla. Our last speaker is not present today, but we will watch him on our video here. His name is Dong Nguyen. Dong currently works at this campus in the IT department, the Information Technology Department, and he started with us in our ESL program, in our non-credit ESL program first, and then he moved into the ESL credit program. From there, he became an administrator in our ESL office, and now, as I said, he's working for our IT department. Please welcome Dong.
Okay, just give me a technical moment here. I know, and I'm not used to, I don't like I'm an external mouse person.
Yes, yes.
When I come to this country, I didn't speak English at all. I was scared. I was homesick. I lost my friend. I lost my culture, my tradition. I lost my language. I lost my identity. Especially, I lost my taste of Indian food. And most of all, actually, I was lost in this new world, American world. The first 5 years is the hardest of my life. I still remember the day that I have to ride a bicycle to work from Canal Central to San Samo on a cold winter day. So cold that by the time I got to the workplace, my ear like frozen. I thought if I cut my ear, it could fall off. This was very hard for me because I come from Vietnam, we're a very warm country. Still, I remember the time when I have to work like 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And I get paid very little. And I still remember I have to sleep in a cold attic and got sick early on the day. This was the time when I never saw much of the daylight. I went to work before the sunrise and come back after the sunset. This went on for years, and actually 4 years. I lose my sense of who I am. I lose my hope and my dream. I told myself, how can I cannot live like this for the rest of my life. This is not American dream that I have imagined. I have to make a hard decision to quit the job and move out of the bad situation. I was lucky. I found an American family rent me a room and board for very little money for rent. I start to go to school and take my first ESL classes here at level 30 at College of Marin. Those days, I spent all my time to study. I spent a lot of time in the language lab to listen to the audio tape. I spent a lot of time in the computer lab to practice my pronunciation. It took me 2 years just to learn the basic English, just enough for me to take all the classes. During this time, I was recovering. I have my hope and my dream back. I look to the future. And I make new friends, adjust to new life, and a new American culture. I spent another 6 years to complete all my English classes and all the requirements for my associate degree and transfer classes. College of Marin is like home to me. Without the help of all the ESL teachers like Barbara Bonenda, Wendy Moore, Carol Costa, and all the instructors like Brian Wilson, Dr. Richie, Aaron Lansing, Lori Auden, and Ron Gay, and all the staff like Terry Torres, and some of the counselors here I met during the time. And especially thanks to Marilyn Bossman, giving me opportunity to work for her in the ESL office as a work study. This work where I got to know and learn from all the students around the world and the faculty and staff here at College of Marin. College of Marin have given me a foundation, a strong foundation that helped me success in life. And I spent another 4 years to finish my bachelor's degree in computer science. AUC, it took me 12 years to complete my bachelor's degree compared to 4 to 6 years for a normal student. But I did it. I was glad that I did. I worked. This is the only way for me to get out of the bad situation and poverty. After I graduated, I got a full-time job here as an admin assistant at the ESL office here at College of Marin, and I'm working there for a while. When I start working, then I applied my computer knowledge for my job. I successfully created an ESL registration system for the ESL office, which converted all the paperwork registration to computerized registration system. The ESL office used today to register for all of the ESL students, for all the ESL classes in UNIS, and many other projects. Because of my computer knowledge and my bachelor's degree, I got promoted a couple times to my current job as system analyst in the IT department. Now, I look back, my life is much better than before. I came here to College of Marin as a non-English speaker. Now, I stand here to speak to you. I still have accent though. But my accent doesn't stop me from my dream. In summary, life is up and down, good and bad. I learn from the bad and enjoy the good. I keep dreaming, working toward my dream. I never give up. Work hard toward your dream. Every one of us have a destiny in life. Do what you love and love what you do. And make the best of it. Make it great. Be a star in the sky to shine in the night so that others can follow. My success is not in here. My dream is to continue education to get my master or doctor degree one day. And if I can do it, and I hope you can do it too.
Our next speaker is Dave Patterson, our librarian at the College of Marin.
Good morning, everyone. It's so inspirational to have you all here. What does the library have for you? We have today's newspaper and last month's news. We have CDs. If you want to listen to some music, we have children's books. Some of you have children, and you can get children's books, or it's a great way to learn English.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of students don't know we have textbooks. Textbooks cost a fortune, don't they? This book probably costs $200, so you can get it for free in the library. We've got your back. We also have ESL books, so after Patricia makes some final remarks, there's cookies and punch, but you can also come to the ESL section and check out a book. I'll show you where it is. We've got just regular books. We have 90,000 books. They're all free. They're all yours. This is a cookbook. We have magazines about, just about anything. Politics, art, fashion, you name it. A lot of students don't, this is popular. We have movies. The Sound of Music with Julie Andrews. We have what are called young adult books, which are books, they're written for teenagers, but let's face it, adults like to read them too. So you might like to read this because it's, a good way to learn English and it's fun. A lot of students don't know we have headphones. You can get a headphone in the front desk, listen to music. And then if you're taking a math class where you need a scientific calculator, we check these out too for 2 hours. We have our regular library card. If you don't have a, well, let me see a show of hands. How many of you have a library card?
Yes.
Yes. You know how to make a librarian happy. If you don't have a library card, go to the front desk. It takes about 5 minutes and it's free. You can also, let me ask you, can you use your public library card? Yes. So we're part of this big happy family of libraries. About 20 beautiful sisters all over this county, and these sisters form one family. And that family is your family. Everything we have is yours. So you can use your card from College of Marin at San Anselmo or Sausalito or Novato. You can use your public library card here. We also have silence. It's a good place to get away from your family and your friends to study. Silence, don't you love it? I learned this in library school. Everyone try it. Can you do that? Try it. Silence is golden, especially in the age of Trump. Computers, we have I think 50 computers. They're all yours. You don't have to log in. You don't have to ask for permission. You can stay all day. We have space for you to study. We have group study rooms. We also have silent, like little carrels. They're called carrels. They're like desks with walls. And finally, this is really important to me. We have help for you, and we have caring people. I became a librarian because I love to help people. If you need help, we have a special place in our heart for people who speak English as a second language. This goes way back in the librarian's DNA, to the 1870s. When librarians were getting started in the 1870s, do you know what we were mainly about? Uplifting people and welcoming immigrants to our country. In the age of Trump, when I just want to scream or cry just about every day, you are my heroes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone who participated in this event, especially our speakers, our wonderful speakers, and also the audience members too. This is our third annual Designing Our Destinies event to celebrate the achievements of our ESL students at the College of Marin. So we hope that having listened to them, you will continue to move forward with your educational goals too. And your goals may be, well, I just want to take an English class because that improves my English, and that'll be good maybe for my job, or it'll just help me communicate with my friends. Or you might be taking English because you want to transfer into one of our certificate programs, maybe dental assisting, medical assisting, and we have many others too. Maybe you want to complete an AA degree here or an AS degree here. Maybe you want to transfer to a 4-year university. No goal is insignificant. And as people have mentioned here, it's never too early to speak to your counselors, to speak to your teachers, and to speak to each other, to other students, about your plans for the future. Thank you once again for attending, and we do have some snacks at the back and some drinks, and you can mingle there with the speakers and ask any questions you may have. Thanks once again.